Hey, what's good, everybody? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and you're watching Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And today we're doing a review on the movie Major Grom, The Plague Doctor. And joining me, as always, is my co-host from the Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks podcast, Rebellious _ D23. What is good, man?
Hey, brother. Good to see you, man. Let's rock and
It's
roll.
good to see you too, man. Hey,
that's right.
We got a ton of reviews coming out, and we've been watching a lot of these international films, man. So it's like, we wanted to do some reviews for it, so that way more people knew about these films. So that way, these films and TV shows, they can get sequels and second seasons, because unless you people watch it, then it's only gonna have that one season or the one movie. So before we get into today's review, make sure that you like this video, you subscribe to the channel, and you hit that bell button, so that way you're always notified when we have new content here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks.
Podcast always in the description, guys. Like, follow, subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching.
So let's go ahead and get into it, man.
Let's go save this city, Banks.
Hey, let's do this. So Major Grom, like D, he recommended this movie to me and our other co-host Trav, and he hyped it up, and the hype was real. It was a really good movie. It takes place in St. Petersburg, and the main character, who is Major Igor Grom, he's he's the type of cop that's on the force that always goes to get the job done, but by the methods that he uses, and he's a good cop, by the way, by the methods that he uses, he's reckless.
Yes, he is.
If you watch anime and you watch, if you've watched this anime, or if you haven't, it's called Tiger and Bunny. And we have done the review for the movies here on our channel, but Tiger, who's the main character up there, it's like, when I saw Major Grom, he kind of reminded me of him, because Tiger on that show, he's a hero that always saves the day, but he's reckless, and he always causes damage to the city, or to pretty much anything that he does.
Basically.
So they end up putting a partner with him, just like in Tiger and Bunny. He gets a young kid named Dimitri that's with him, and pretty much they're just trying to figure out who the Plague Doctor is. The Plague Doctor, he ends up and he kills a rich guy. His name is Kiri, because Kiri, he ended up he was drunk. He was
killed
driving.
a 5-year-old.
Yeah, he killed a 5-year-old, and after that, that's when the Plague Doctor shows up, because the Plague Doctor wants to take justice into his own hands. If I could compare him to anybody, he's like Batman. That's who he is.
It's kind of like Moon Knight too.
Yeah.
Moon Knight's basically Marvel's Batman.
Exactly. And he's just out here just killing the rich. He's killing people who he thinks are bad.
Basically plagues. They're taking advantage of the system and their community, basically. I mean, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you're sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, basically, he kills the thug at the beginning. That gave me a very Daredevilish feel. Like in the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie, not the greatest, movie of all time, but there's a scene where a guy gets off for, I believe it's sexual assault, and it's because, he had paid off officials. Same scenario here, where they basically had officials kind of in their pockets. This guy just beat it with nothing. So, he takes the law into his own hands to clean his community up. So,
then it's revealed who the Plague Doctor actually is, because you have an IT millionaire. If I can compare him to anybody, he would be like your Mark Zuckerberg. And pretty much he has like a social network site called Synopsis, I believe.
Yes.
Okay.
You pronounce it better than I would.
And so pretty much with this social media, it's pretty similar to Facebook, Twitch, Instagram. Like, people can go up there, talk and whatnot. And the Plague Doctor, he's using this as a way to show people that, hey, I'm out here cleaning out the streets because the cops aren't getting the job done. And exactly. Sergey, he ends up finding out that the Plague Doctor is his friend Oleg, who is, somebody. Sergey and Oleg, they both grew up in the same orphanage that the girl was, who got murdered by the rich guy. And like, they were pissed off because of the decision that happened. So it's just like, Oleg, he made the suit, he took the technology, and now he's out here cleaning up the streets. And
cleaning up the streets.
I mean, you can see in the TV screen in the background, the suit is fire and it shoots fire.
Yes. I love the choice of main weapons and his resourcefulness and how he uses his fuel, basically. You know, you see him use it in multiple ways throughout the film and stuff.
Yeah, man. But, you know, to talk some more about Major Grom, like, he's a badass too. Like, the action in this movie, it was on point. The action sequences was on point. I love how whenever Grom is fighting somebody, or if he's trying to stop a crime from happening, like, he plays like these images in his head where it's like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and then he always sees what the outcome is going to be. Then he's like, no, that's not going to work. And then like, I think like he does it a couple of times before. Yeah, he does it. Before he executes what he's going to do. And bro, like, the actor who played Grom, like, bro, he was on point, man. It's like the like I said, the fight sequences were on point.
Oh yeah, that's what I was like, man. You got to get past that language barrier sometimes, man. Don't just put stuff down because it's international. You know what I'm saying? You feel like you don't have time, because this is a really good watch, people. I mean, really good. And then he kind of reminds me, if I had to compare Grom to somebody, it's probably Riggs. A mix between Riggs and Tiger, because it's like he wears a hat, same hat as Tiger, and then it's like Riggs wouldn't think through stuff. Riggs just kind of did stuff, but this guy's like, nah. Like at the beginning with the heist, I love that the opening sequence. He's just chasing these people on foot. Yeah, really good, Banks. I'm just saying.
Hey, I mean, and another Tiger and Bunny reference. I mean, you have his partner Dimitri, and he has blonde hair. He has glasses, just like Bunny.
Yeah, Dimitri's actually I really like the whole cast over, to be honest.
For sure, yeah.
All of the mainstays of the story, very fun. Very fun.
Yeah, and then they also have their Oracle, which is Yulia. And she's a blogger, she's a journalist. And she is funny because it's like she always gets like everything. Like, she gets video footage, all of this stuff. And Grom's just like, how did you even get this stuff?
He breaks it. Yeah, there's one scene where he breaks in, puts her laptop. He was like, yeah, right after I finished washing your laptop. And she was like, what?
And she goes into the kitchen and the laptop's being watched. Yeah, like, I love the chemistry between everybody, man. Like, it was really good. The villain was really good. If I can compare the Plague Doctor to anybody from a movie, like, the stuff that he was doing, he was starting to form like a rebellion. It was like I said, because they make a Batman reference in the movie. It's very similar to if you were to watch like a Batman movie or one of the animated films, and when somebody's doing something in the city and people are just like, what was the movie? The Dark Knight Rises. Like, when Bane came to the city, and like, everybody was just like, all right, crime is legal now. Let's follow Bane. That's pretty much what all of the people were doing in the Plague Doctor. It's just like, okay, this guy, he wants to take justice into his hands. We're going to follow him. But the issue is that the people who were following him, they were just out committing crimes. Like, they were like, and another thing, it could be compared to The Purge, where it's just
easy.
People were just like, okay, this guy screwed me over, I'm gonna kill him. And it's just like, no, like, it doesn't work like that.
I mean,
you know, but it also too, I compared him to Light Yagami from Death Note.
Yeah, you did tell me about that, which is an interesting comparison.
Yeah, he took justice into his own hands.
I mean, the easiest comparison is probably The Punisher. Yeah, I mean, this guy's just. I mean, if you're corrupt and you're abusing his neighborhood and he's just going to take you out. And I mean, you see it. I think it's interesting because of how the case of the Plague Doctor unfolds. It's like, you see it throughout the movie. He's just taking people out left and right. And it takes them a while to figure out who it is, you know? So.
Now, also too, because I don't want to give away too much, because it's a good reveal when you see who's doing everything behind the scenes and whatnot. But there was another Major Grom film that came out in 2017. It was a short film, and it really didn't get that many views or anything like that. I believe it only came out in Russia as well, whereas this one, it came out internationally. So and it's also based off of a Russian comic as well.
Yes, it is.
So I mean, like I said, I would recommend this. It was a really good movie. if you do watch it, there are 2 post-credit scenes, so make sure that you stay around for that. And for me, I'll ask you, D, because I always go last. But
you got it.
1 out of 10. What do you give this movie?
I'm gonna give it a strong 9 for international movie. I really enjoyed this title. Thought the characters, comic design, music, opening was super sweet. Mm-hmm. I just really like the title overall, man. Mm-hmm. I would love to see a couple more of these if they find a way to do it. Yeah. And bring back most of the same actors and actresses. I mean, I thought it was well done. You, Banks?
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm going to go with a 9 as well. Like I said, I thought the action was on point. The story was really good. The costume designs were good. Also, too, like, it's funny because at the start of the movie, they're trying to figure out like who's still in the appliances, and then like in the credits at the end of the movie, like they show like who's still in the appliances.
Yeah, it was like the refrigerator, the case of the missing refrigerators.
Yeah, and they find it, and I thought that was cool to see. In the credits, and it's animated, so I just thought it was cool. But yeah, like I said, I'll give it a 9, and I do hope that we get a sequel. We'll see. The budget for the movie, it was $640 million, and they only made 317 million back. By worldwide, 4.4 million. So hopefully,
we'll see.
We'll see. But yeah, with that being said, thanks for watching this review. Let us know in the comments. Did you watch this movie? What did you think about it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? If you hated it, let us know why you hated the movie. D, let them know where they can find you at in social media land.
That's going to be rebellious_D23 at Instagram.com. Thank you for liking, following, and subscribing to the channel. Banks, if Major Grom needs some backup other than Dimitri, tell them where they're going to find you at.
You can find me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, at KingBenji_Banks on Twitter and Instagram. And you can find me on Facebook at Benjamin Banks. I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg. Thank you again for watching this review. Make sure you check out some more of our reviews, check out our interviews, reaction videos, and check out our podcast where we release new episodes every Tuesday. Like I always say, keep that pinky up, stay positive. We'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Peace.
Thanks again, everybody, for watching another episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe to the channel. Podcast, we got that too. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and hit that bell for further episodes and notifications. Thanks a lot to our patrons. And if you don't mind, join the Patreon. We'll be having new specials coming up soon.